Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about pointing to different objects. So, like any other variable, a pointing variable can change its contents and objects to which it points as well. So, let's just go ahead and have a look at an example. So, first, we're gonna go ahead and delete this part. Not gonna need it. Well, maybe I could have recycled it, but doesn't matter. So double x shall be equal to 314. So pi there. Double y equals 2.71. These wonderful numbers. And double asterisk p shall be pointing to x. Okay, so if I, why is this? Okay, let me just fix this real quick. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna delete this one here. I'm just gonna say this is a P for X, and we're gonna say that this is a P for Y. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say P here, and we're gonna have exactly the same thing here. And in between them, I'm gonna reassign P. So P is going to be equal to %y. Okay, so what did I do here? Well, I've declared and initialized three variables. Two are of type double, and one is a pointer to double. Initially, I have stated that this pointer will point to the variable x, but later on I have changed my mind and I've stated that I want to obtain the address of the variable y and therewith point to y. So if I just save and run this, okay, there seems to be a problem before the cout. Okay. There's always something. Okay, so P for X is 314, correct? 314, and this is 271. So we have successfully managed to reassign to what exactly is the pointer P pointing to. Okay, so to recap, the content of the variable P initially was the address of the variable X, as you can see from line 9 here. That is, P was first pointing to X, and then later on, the content of the variable P was changed to the address of the variable Y. And as you can see here, this happened on line 12. So now P is pointing to Y, and that's really all that there is to it. Now, we can assign a pointer, basically we can assign a pointer T, another pointer, but only if they are of the same type. That is, if both of them are pointing to an object of the same type. So let's go ahead and have a look at how this actually might work. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. And I shall remove this as well. I'm gonna leave these two just in case I need them. So what are we gonna do here? I'm just gonna go ahead and type in int x shall be equal to 7 and y shall be equal to 6. And then I'm gonna state that int p1 is equal to %x. Okay, so nothing new here. And then int p2 shall be equal to %y. Okay, so we have just initialized the two pointers. And what we are going to do now is perhaps a little bit strange or counterintuitive, or however you wish to put it. I'm going to say P1 equals P2. Correct statement, but very strange. So pointer P2 is assigned to pointer P1. So now one pointer goes to another. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Just gonna delete this line, and I'm gonna go ahead and print out P1. Take a wild guess what P1 will actually be. So is it going to be 7 or is it going to be 6? Okay, remember P1 is pointing to the X and P2 is pointing to the Y. So run, and this is P for X, and it's actually equal to 6, but this entire statement is kind of redundant right now. So let me just go ahead and delete it and run this one more time without the statement. So 6, where do we have value 6? With Y. And we have actually printed out P1. How strange. So why is this so? What has happened here? It prints out 6. Well, pointer P2 is pointing to the variable Y, and pointer P2 is assigned to pointer P1. So now P1 also points to the variable Y, as you can see here. Line 13. So P1 is assigned P2, and P2, as you can see from here, contains the address of Y. So no big deal. A little bit of a running in circles here, but I wanted to make a point. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with this. In the follow-up tutorial, I'm going to split this one into 2 parts, as I do not want the tutorials to be too lengthy.